Hello again! This is officially my third ever video posted to this channel. Yay! This is now part 2 of my best primary series. So without further ado, I present to you what is the best primary for the officer. Okay, that's all I got for the intro. I hope you enjoy the video. The pistol. Look, I hate eliminating weapons for just being boring, which is why I actually chose to talk about the musket in the last video. But look, this gun is actually so unbelievably boring. Now don't get me wrong, it's okay at popping bombers, which if you're using your gun in G&B, it's what you're likely doing. But man, it just gets outclassed by the double barrel pistol and the brass pistol. There's literally no reason to use this unless it's the only officer primary you own. I will admit though, when I first started the game, I used to specifically use officer due to its short reload time. So I guess that's one pro you have. Then again, I started playing during the Paris update. And with the addition of the shop nowadays, just buy the carbine. Don't use officer as a substitute for the ranker. Seriously, this weapon used to be awesome. It's just ass now. Avoid it. Especially considering the fact that this next weapon exists. Speaking of this next weapon, let's talk about it. The double barrel pistol. It's basically the horse artillery pistol, but now it's an actual pistol. It's a solid gun. I would say it's one of my all-time favorites. Hey, remember at the pistol segment of the video when I said I used to use officer for its short reload time and focused on bomber popping? Well, funny enough, before the air rifle, this gun actually made me start doing that again. It's sort of like a horse artillery pistol, but short-barreled, meaning less reload time. No, seriously, this gun's awesome. The bomber popping it can do is insane. Oh, and remember that feature on the horse artillery pistol where you could fire the two barrels at the same time? Yeah, so about that. This gun also has that exact feature. I love using it to just take out cuirassiers. Text-to-speech has a weird way of pronouncing cuirassier. I thought I misspelled it when editing this video because of it. Anyways, the way text-to-speech pronounces things isn't the point. The point is this gun is awesome. Really, there's almost nothing bad about it. I do say almost for a reason, though. And that's the fact it has the longest reload time out of all the other officer guns. The same rule with horse artillery applies here, obviously. 2 times the barrels, 2 times the reload time. After all, the gun is a double barrel. It would only make sense. But other than that one thing, I really like this gun. It's good at popping bombers, good at taking out cuirassiers, and just a nice weapon in general. Plus, it's also got the most expensive price tag out of all the officer weapons. But I think it's justified. Also bragging rights, I guess. Flex on your friends. Yeah, that's probably not a good thing. But for the weapon's functionality of just overall being good for taking out everything, I think it's justified. What do you think? Anyways, on to the next part of the video, and what I believe is the best primary. The brass pistol. The double barrel pistol isn't the best weapon, I know. Shocking. You'd think with all of that glazing I did for it, I'd make it first, but nope. Despite the fact I personally prefer to use the DB, the brass is actually probably the best weapon for officer, and I'll explain why. Well, for starters, it's literally a shotgun for the officer. I put it against a solid 20 shamblers. As you can see, it took out what might be 4 shamblers in that shot. 4 shamblers isn't a lot, I know, but for a single shot, I'd argue that's pretty good. Also, I would like to say this gun is just as good at cuirassier popping as the DB. Just make sure you're close and personal to make sure all your pellets hit. It's not the best at zapper popping though, but then again, I've already said what I think about using your gun to pop zappers, so it doesn't matter too much, honestly. Now, on to the thing that is why I genuinely chose to put this in first place. The amount of officer charge you get from a single shot is actually insane. Now yes, I did attack the zombies that I didn't kill, and that gave me more charge. That's why I did it. You see, when the zombies crawl out of the ground, they have spawn protection. However, you can still get charge off them. So if you use the brass pistol on a spawning zombie and then stab them with your saber, you basically have an instant maximum officer charge. It's really good. especially on maps like San Sebastian or Roscoff, where you are constantly next to zombie spawns during the holdout section of the map. So yeah, the brass pistol is the #1 weapon. I apologize for this video being so short, but honestly, there's not much I can do when the class only has a whopping 3 guns. Well, actually, there is something I can do. Yeah, I'm reusing clips. Shut it, bub! But anyway, I personally believe the charge is better because of the fact that hold steady is more of a defensive, and your teammates are stupid. Not to mention the charge can be used to do insane pushbacks on hordes or just in any position where you're probably going to die if you keep defending instead of push up. Okay, all jokes aside, the holdout just isn't as good. Not only is it rarely ever useful in actual servers, it relies on your teammates having a long melee, which, mind you, no one uses in this game anymore. Literally everyone who can do the bayonet charge are able to due to them using heavy saber. Honestly, just stick with your saber. I got nothing else I'd like to say on the topic of hold steady versus charge. Hold steady has lost its upsides due to the fact no one cares for it. And honestly, even when hold steady is used in the correct way, it's bad. It's just really bad. Now, normally I would point out how the spontoon's a long-ranged melee kind of like the lance, but the thing is, this segment's about the charge and hold steady, not about the saber against the spontoon, which, even then, it would still lose. The charge is a part of the saber, you buffoon. So with that, we can consider the charge to be better than the holdfast. But honestly, man, with a weapon like a melee, play what you want to. I know I said this segment is not about the spontoon against the saber, but really, I love using the spontoon. I'll just come out and say it. The spontoon is trash, but a fun kind of trash. It has a bayonet charge on it when another officer charges. And it's kind of just the officer's version of the pike. You know, except it doesn't slow you down when you swing, it doesn't take up your gun slot, and it's not an unpleasant weapon to play offensive with. Anywho, with that is the end of this video. I seriously hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing. I had fun making this, and I hope you had fun watching this. So, yeah. Without further ado, I'll see you next video. Bye.
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.